heading to Imogene, August 13th, Doug's birthday. Woohoo!
Leaving Ouray, we are heading up to Imogene Pass, one of Colorado's most unforgettable off-road adventures. The first few miles are easy. The road winds through pine forests, and then the road narrows as you hug the cliffs of the Uncompahgre Gorge. For me, this is where the fun begins. Sheer drop off to the river on one side and towering rock on the other. This route is rugged, dramatic, and full of history. The Imogene Pass Trail will take you all the way to Telluride, but unfortunately for this trip, a washed out retaining wall will prevent that. But we'll take the trail through the abandoned Tomboy mining town and see some other old mining areas before turning back to Ouray. If you're thinking about venturing up Imogene Pass, it calls for low-range gearing, four-wheel drive, and high clearance. Make sure to carry extra water, warm layers, and be prepared for rapidly changing weather. The only predictable pattern for weather in the San Juans is unpredictability. For some reason, somebody put a bridge over a perfectly good water crossing.
Yes, you are my kind of trail guy.
I told you we're not going to do the easy stuff. They say if you drive like 50 miles an hour through here, you can skim over these rough spots.
We'll take their word for it. One of the great side benefits to off-roading is the people you get to meet. We met David and Lisa while waiting to get seated at one of the local restaurants and discovered that they were relocated Texans. They retired to this area and had a passion for exploring the outdoors just like we do. We mentioned our plans to head up Imogene Pass, and that's all it took. David had been up several times in his FJ Cruiser and offered to lead us up. So we took him up on it. Here we stopped to check out the Camp Bird Mine below. Camp Bird Mine was one of the richest gold strikes in Colorado history. Imagine hauling ore wagons up this road in the 1890s with mules instead of gas-powered engines. Gives you a whole new respect for the miners and makes you grateful for Four Low.
On the right-hand side, you can climb it. If you don't want to climb it, you can go to the left.
Yeah, I think I might have to give it a shot.
Well, I can't make you do it by yourself, then. I'm going to have to try.
I can appreciate that.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Be mindful that it's not just the bears that'll sneak up on you out here. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss views like this. This is certainly one of the most fabled sections of Imogene Pass. Many an off-roader will tell you it's no wider than your Jeep. But as we go through this section, you'll see there's plenty of room. If you're taking it slow and paying attention, you can get through this section with no problem. It is easy for me to say just how passable this is in late August. I'm sure if there was 2 or 3 foot of snow up against this rock face pushing you closer to the ledge, your heart might skip a beat or two.
About a month ago, this was like a river through here.
I'm definitely tempted to want to get here earlier in the season sometime to drive up and see more snow.
That's a lot of fun going up against when you get up higher in the mountain here. You can literally reach out the window and the snowbanks next to your vehicle are higher than your top of your vehicle.
That may not be good. Joanne's been wanting to hit me with a snowball ever since we got here.
Oh yeah!
It's always amazing to me as you approach the tree line and the trees start to thin out, and then the trees give way to tundra and the views just really open up. And you can see for miles in every direction. Another iconic fixture of the Imogene Pass Trail is Poser Rock. We were very fortunate not to have to wait in any lines to take our perch atop this rock. And here the discussion began about exactly how close do I want to get to the edge of this rock. David and Joanne convinced me I could get a little closer, but I couldn't get all the way to the edge.
Perfect. Cut just a little bit. Little driver.
That brings us to the end of episode 1 for Imogene Pass. Next time we go onward and upward to Imogene Saddle. There we'll take in some majestic views of the San Juans. See you next time.